Well, what do we have here? Hello guys, and welcome to Football Manager 21. This will be the first save I've done on this game for YouTube. First game I've been playing for YouTube, so this should be really fun. I got a hold of the beta because I pre-ordered the game, so I've been playing the beta for the past 2 weeks or so, and I've got to tell you, I've been absolutely loving it. And now that the full game is released, it's time to do a proper save, and who else to do it with than my own club, Newcastle United. There you go, there's me, with a handsome boy. So yeah, this should be fun. My aims for the series is going to be to win the Champions League. We'll just see how it goes, see how far we can get, and see how many bits we can do, basically. So, let's get into it. Lee Charnley, the managing director. I'd like to formally welcome you to Newcastle. To get you acquainted with your surroundings, you'll receive our introductory package. To be honest, I don't really need it. I've been playing this game. I've got about 50 hours in this game now, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm replacing Big Steve Bruce as manager, who in real life, a bit hit and miss. I think he's doing a good job, but I obviously want the team to do better. Recording this, just come off the back of 3 consecutive defeats, I believe. The last one to Chelsea. So, not great, but, you know, better than getting relegated, I suppose. Right, if we have a look, media predict us to finish 12th this season. I want to go for 10th. That's going to be the aim for the first season. Want us to enter the 3rd round of the FA Cup. 2nd round of the Carabao Cup. Should be more than doable. So yeah, this will be interesting to see exactly how much we've got to work with in the first season. Okay, club vision. Not sign players over 28. Well, that's fine. I don't really like doing that anyway. I like signing young players, young potential, cheaper, lower potential, high potential players who are lower age. Then we can either sell on for more or keep at the club and they can become club legends. 5-year plan. So typical Mike Ashley. He wants to sell players for profit, sign young players to develop for profit, and work within the budget. Well, we'll hopefully work within the budget. These two, I'm not too keen on. I have just said we'll probably get young players to, develop and sell them, but the aim is to really try and keep as many of them as around as we possibly can and build a really good winning squad for the future. Okay, here we go. Hurst takes charge of Newcastle. There I am. 43.5 grand a week. That's not bad. Quite happy with that. Players in the last year of their contracts. Now then, quite a few of these I'd like to keep on. Most notably, Fernandez, although he's getting on, I still think he's a decent squad player. And he's been a pretty good centre-back for us, although having said that, he has just conceded a really bad own goal against Chelsea. So, Fabian Shaw, I'd also like to keep around, because, again, he's a good squad player. He's a pretty solid centre-back, although he is a bit hit and miss at the minute. Andy Carroll, rangy striker. You love to see it. Probably keep him around as well. To be honest, I'd probably want to keep him till he retires, just because he's one of those players. We do love Andy Carroll. Kieran Clark, I might look to sell him. Don't really use him that much. DeAndre Yedlin, I'd like to keep him, although there's rumours in real life that he's going to be moving on. Christian Atsu, probably look to sell him. He's a fringe player. He's not going to get much game time. Probably get a little bit of profit off him, at least to either put into buying players or put into the wage budget. Henri Servette, definitely going to sell him. Dwight Gale, keep him. Rolando Aarons, probably sell him, and then the rest, I'll decide accordingly. There's a lot of players here in the last year of their contract, especially under 23s and under 18s. Oh my god. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out contracts, just of the players I want to keep in the squad, who I know I'm going to keep in the squad. It's probably not the first thing you should do when you load up an FM save. You should really delay this decision, but I want to tie these players down, just so I know that they're around. Just going to tweak these values a little bit, get it a bit lower. because I'm a stingy bastard. Suggest terms. Okay, he's happy with that. 50 grand a week for Federico Fernandez, who will probably start quite a few games. I do rate him, but he's only going to be starting for maybe a season and a half, until I either bring someone better in or someone else comes and replaces him, like maybe Fabian Shaw. I don't know. Okay, so there's another deal done for Fabian Shaw. He's extended his contract for another 3 years. I think the final two I'm going to do is Andy Carroll and DeAndre Yedlin. Okay, so currently Andy Carroll, I believe, is on a pay as you play contract, so he gets paid money when he plays. I'm going to give him a actual weekly wage of 24k, which I think is fair for a player of his stature. He's not going to be playing a lot of games. He's mainly going to be coming off the bench or starting the odd game against a lower opposition. Okay, and the final contract I'm going to renew is DeAndre Yedlin. This boy, pacey, which I want from a fullback. Not really the best in other areas, but for the first season, I think he'll do just fine. I might then look to sell him on. I mean, he's valued at 7 million. Who knows? His value might go up depending on how he plays, but I'm going to offer him a new contract anyway, just because he's a nice player to have around, especially with that pace. I'm going to get rid of his pay rise. Squad player. We don't have the budget. Oh, here we go. Wage budget, 16.5 million transfer budget. Wow. Okay, so it appears I'm not going to be able to offer him in a contract right now, because I can't edit the wage budget just yet, because I need to accept the club vision and expectations, which I'm going to do. I can do now, actually. Okay, so let's negotiate. Let's have a look at these. Do not sign players. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't really want to sell players for profit, and I don't particularly want to develop them for profit. I can get rid of them. Everything else I'm fine with. He wants to fucking keep them in. Right, okay. How about if I do that? Oh, you bastard. You bastard! Looks like I'm going to have to confirm it. Hopefully we can get a takeover. Season expectations. Mid-table. Okay, that's fine. I can finish mid-table. I want to aim for 10th, really. So top half finish, kind of. 5th round, 3rd round. That's fine with that. So I'm going to offer DeAndre Yedlin these. They've come back with this, which I'm more than happy to negotiate down. Agent's fee, that's way too high. I hate agent's fees. Wage can go down a little bit. These can tweak. Suggest terms. He's happy with that. Okay, 36k a week for DeAndre Yedlin. Okay, so it's wanting me to set up a tactic. Now, my plan for the first season with Newcastle is, with the squad we've got, it's not the best quality. But we do have some pacey players, specifically players like Alan St-Maximin, DeAndre Yedlin, Almiron, Fraser, Wilson. So I'm going to go for a more counter-attacking system. I want to play with a fluid counter-attack. I think that's going to suit us the best. So we're going to play with a cautious mentality. I'll agree with that. Short passes, run at defenders, which is Alan St-Maximin's main speciality. So yeah, this should be a pretty good system. So I'm going to choose a formation now. I'm going to roll with a 4-4-2. I want to play with a 4-4-2, just see how it goes. I might adapt it to a 4-2-3-1. I don't know. Just see how the season plays out. Okay, so this is going to be the team I'm going to start with. This is my base team. 4-4-2, as I said. Got Carl Darlow in net. Martin Dubravka's injured. He's out for quite a long time with a heel injury. I'm not sure if that's how long he's out for in real life, but he is out for a long time. We've got Jamal Lewis, left back. Again, he's pretty good, pretty well rounded to be fair. Decent stamina, good natural fitness. His pace is quite good. It's not the highest, but it's still good enough. Quite well rounded, especially for a 22-year-old. He's got a lot of room to grow. He's got potential 4-star. He's currently 3-star ability. I've got a partnership with Federico Fernandez and Jamal Lascelles. We've already got a nice link there. Federico Fernandez, quite well rounded for a centre back. Not the fastest, however, defensively. Where is it? Yeah, good headers, pretty good marking, good tackles, good position, and he's got good mentality stats. Again, El Capitano, Jamal Lascelles, good heading, good natural fitness, good strength. Strength is really important, especially for a centre-back. Good mental stats as well. His leadership is very high, which is good for the captain role. So I'm very happy with him as my captain. He's got a 3-star ability, 3.5-star potential, which is not too bad. Javier Manquillo, right back. I've decided him over DeAndre Yedlin for the time being. Although he's not as quick, he's only got 13 acceleration, 15 pace, which I think is actually a bit... he's underrated. He's paced a little bit in real life. He's quite quick. But he's a bit more well-rounded as a defender if we compare him with DeAndre Yedlin. You can see that he's better defensively, mentally he's a bit better, technically he's better, and attacking he's a bit better, although it's just the pace that DeAndre Yedlin offers. But I'm still going to give DeAndre Yedlin quite a few opportunities to play. Partner in midfield, John Joe Shelby. What a man. Arguably one of the best players in the team, pretty well rounded. He's passing, definitely a strong shooting, his vision. He's going to be one of the more creative players in the team. Work rates, he's a bit... I don't know how to say it. He seems a bit lazy. It's kind of reflected here. 11 work rates. I'm hoping I can train that up a little bit to make him a bit more mobile. Obviously his pace isn't the best. He's not known for his pace. He's known for his passing. So yeah, I'll be playing him more as a deep line playmaker, with the 4 up front obviously making the runs ahead, and then with him partnered in midfield, Isaac Hayden. Defensive midfielder, ball-winning midfielder is his strength. Guy's got a really good slide tackle on him, which I really like in real life. In game, I'm hoping he has the similar sort of traits. Dives into tackles, yeah, slide tackles, comes deep to get the ball, that's good. Good natural fitness, pretty well-rounded. He's got decent pace for a midfielder. Okay, left wing and right wing. Now, Miguel Almiron, it's going to be a struggle to fit him into the team at the minute. I do like Miguel. I think he's got a lot of energy. Only problem is he's not the most consistent, especially when he gets in the final third. I'd rather have the likes of Fraser and St. Maximin in my team for the time being. Obviously, I'm going to make rotations. Almiron's going to get plenty game time this season, but for now, I'm going to stick with these two. Fraser, obviously being really quite pacey. Good on the ball as well. Good, decent. Well, his vision's not the best, but his passing's pretty good. Dribbling's pretty good. Finishing's pretty good. And especially with being an ex-teammate, a former teammate of Callum Wilson up front, this is going to be a good partnership on this left side, especially. So 3.5-star ability, 4-star potential, and then St. Maximin. 4-star ability, 4.5-star potential. This guy is going to be the star of this team. There's a reason why I've put him in the thumbnail. He's the most exciting player. And the two up top, currently Dwight Gale's injured. He's out for 3 to 4 months with a cruciate ligament damage. Oh, Jesus. But that's alright because we've got big Andy Carroll on the bench. We've got Wilson and Jolinton, and if it does come to it, I can always switch to a 4-2-3-1, have Almiron at cam, and have Callum Wilson up front if the need for strikers becomes a bit dire. So yeah, Callum Wilson, decent pace, good natural fitness, good finishing. So yeah, he's a good man to have up top as an advanced forward, and in behind him, Jolinton. Now, hasn't had the best start to his Newcastle career, as you can see. In 38 appearances in the league, he's only scored 2 goals. For a £40 million striker, you would expect a lot. He's only valued at $8 million now. But he is a good footballer, in my opinion. He does do a lot for the team in build-up, I believe. He's pretty good at holding up the ball. He's got a good set of feet on him. So his stamina's good, balance is good. Aggression, bravery, again, but his finishing, not great. His dribbling, not great. I'm going to work on that in training and get that up, because I do believe at 23 he's got the potential. 3.5 star, so he's got a whole star potential to go up. He could be a decent player for us. I'm not going to give up on Jolinton just yet. As for bench, Mark Gillespie, backup goalkeeper, as Carl Darlow's in net. Again, Carl Darlow, not a bad goalkeeper at all. Very underrated. He's done really well for us this season to step in. DeAndre Yedlin, Sean Longstaff, Andy Carroll, Emil Kraft at right back. He'll be a good little rotation player. Rolando Aarons, I'm going to switch out. Almiron's going to go ahead of him, and also Jeff Hendrick as well. So that'll be the 7 subs that I'll have. And then we've got Paul Dummett, Matt Ritchie. Matt Ritchie is an interesting one. The man's getting old. He's quite well rounded for a midfielder, so I'll probably give him some game time, but he's not going to be a priority purely because of his age. Injured members of the team, obviously with Martin Dubravka, Kieran Clark, but I'm probably going to sell him. Florian Lejeune's on loan. He's an alright centre-back. He's never really had a consistent start in the Premier League for us since we got promoted, but again, he's one of those players I'll probably look to sell when we get him returned. Fabian Schär, injured. He's out for 6 weeks to 2 months. Lazar, probably going to sell him because we don't need him. Matty Longstaff, he's out for quite a long time with thigh strain. He's going to be one for the future. 5-star potential ability. He is going to be a star for this team. Jacob Murphy, another one who's actually not too bad in real life. He's played quite well, so he's one to have around. He'll probably get some game time, especially in the cups. Christian Atsu looking to sell. Muto looking to sell when we get back. And Dwight Gale, I'm going to give him a new contract eventually when he's not injured. I'm just going to quickly show you how I'm going to set this team up tactically. So, what's going to happen is 4-4-2, attacking with narrow. It's going to be counter-attacking. I'm not going to touch any of this approach play because we're a counter-attacking side. The most important thing is going to be getting the ball up the pitch as fast as possible. I'm not going to worry about playing out from the defence. Because we're not a really possession-based side, I don't want to be playing out from the defence. Long balls from the keeper up to the players like Jolan to hold the ball up. Transition, quick counter-attacks, counter-press, counter, distribute quickly. And out of possession, we're going to drop back and we're going to get stuck in. We're going to sit and basically let the opponents come onto us, and then we're going to win the ball and break. That's the idea. Whether it'll work or not is a different story. Okay, so in addition to my 4-4-2, I've also created a 5 at the back system for those games where we are playing against really tough opposition, such as like Man City, etc. Obviously, the players aren't in the correct positions, but I'll tweak that. And I've also got a 4-2-3-1 as well. So with wing play, so we've got a bit of variety with our tactics. The main one obviously will be my 4-4-2. That's how we're going to play. Okay, so we've got our first injury of the save, guys. This guy, Lazar, he's injured, currently out for 4 to 5 weeks. So I would ideally want to sell him on, but when he's injured, no one's really going to be offering for him. So we're just going to have to sit tight with that at the minute. Code of conduct, here's another feature, so you can basically set a fine system. I'm not really going to touch any of this because it all looks fine. I'm just going to confirm it, and hopefully the players like the fine system that I've got to implement. Okay, so we've got transfer offers in. Yannick Touré, he's been offered for a loan deal from Colchester. I'm pretty happy with that, although I'm just going to have to accept it, I think. Although I can't really do anything right now. Emil Kraft, I'm going to reject because he's staying here. And Kieran Clark, he's been offered by Brighton. They want to pay 2.5, but I want at least 5 million for him. 5.5 actually, just over his value. Suggest the terms, they feel acceptable, so I'm going to accept that. And Kieran Clark should hopefully be on his way. Time to introduce ourselves to the squad. This is the dynamics feature, big squad meeting, nice little background. I want to take the opportunity to introduce myself to you as the new manager of Newcastle. I think we can finish mid-table this season. Everyone looks pleased, very good, very good. This is the sort of reaction I'm after. Expect us to give a good account in the FA Cup. I think that's a sensible target, I agree. Code of conduct, that's a great response. Very happy with the squad, they're all encouraged. Let's build on this now, let's get some decent results, and we can see where we can go. Okay, so another thing you can do is you can meet the media. Big press conferences, 14 journalists ask you quite a lot of questions. I'm going to do this first one, but a lot of the time what I'll do is I just delegate to my assistant manager. But I'm going to have to attend this press conference. Okay, so that's press conference finished. Everyone seemed pretty neutral. Continued summary. Press conference was just fine. Good. Okay, so we've just played an inter-squad friendly. I've let my backroom staff take management, and we beat our second team 4-0. If we have a look at the highlights, turn the match speed up. Jonjo Shelby plays it out wide to St Maximin. St Maximin puts a cross into Callum Wilson and he simple knock into the bottom left corner. Good first goal, promising to start with. Second goal was a free kick. Jonjo Shelby heads it in from Fraser. Set pieces are going to be really important for us this season. Another set piece. Jamal Lascelles heads in. Fraser again with an assist. Final goal, well worked. Andy Carroll picks up the ball, passes St Maximin, who beats one man, drives into the box, puts a cross across the face of goal, and Callum Wilson's there to tap the good ball in. 2 goals for Callum Wilson, 2 assists for Fraser. That is a really decent, there's a promising result. Okay, so I've just received another offer for Emil Kraft. I don't really want to get rid of him, but I think in order to keep him happy, I might have to. So I've got depth in the team. I've got Paul Dummett, who I can always draft into the under 20, into the squad of 25. I think he's already in. So I am probably going to let Emil Kraft go on loan for a season, just to get game time, just to keep him happy. He might not play that much, so I think I'm going to do that. Second injury of the save, Manquillo out for 1 to 3 days with a tight calf. Hope to God this isn't a recurrent thing. And speaking of which, we got our first scouting meeting. Okay, so these are really interesting. So we are given recommendations from our scouts to sign. So this guy, 3-star ability, 5-star potential. They believe he'd be a really good signing. Squad comparison, he'd be the 4th choice midfielder. But at the age of 19, he's got a lot of potential, so I'm going to keep scouting him. João Pedro, again, another one, a good striker. I'm going to add him to shortlist. Currently, 3.5-star ability, 4-star potential. 5-star potential. So I'm going to add him to shortlist and keep scouting him. Socrates, I'm not interested in. Luke Dredd, another midfielder, 21, 4.5-star ability. Currently operating at League 1 level. Championship level. I don't really want to sign him. Gineppo, good Skybet Championship quality player. I don't really want him. We got another goalkeeper. He's a free transfer. It could be pretty decent. Could be a nice little backup for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a transfer list. I'm going to add a short list. I'm going to scout him. Okay, so I'm just skipping through. I'm not going to show. I've just decided I'm not going to show you every single one. There's some pretty good standouts. Rain Parod, 3-star ability, 4.5-star potential, 22 years old. So I'm going to keep him shortlisted. Brandon Soppy, 5-star potential, 18 years old. Get him on my shortlist. This guy as well, Romain de Castillo, 14k a week, pretty cheap wages, quite cheap valuation. He's still fairly young. Could be a decent signing for us. Matt Riley, don't really want. This guy's old. So that's the end of the first scout meeting. These will happen every week, 2 weeks or so. So we'll build up a short list of players, and hopefully in season 2 we can splash the cash. I mean, we do have about 10 million in the transfer budget, but I kind of want to see how this squad gets on for the first season. If we can survive relegation and finish mid-table, I want to aim for 10th, but if we can survive relegation, I'll call that a somewhat successful season. Considering in my Chelsea save that I did for the beta, Newcastle got relegated, so it's going to be a challenge this first season for sure. Middlesbrough have come in for a bid for Christian Atsu. It's a loan deal, however I want to get him off the books, so I'm going to offer Christian Atsu for his value of 5 million. So I'm going to suggest terms. Do you feel that's not a good deal? Okay, well, that's interesting. It's a loss for them, I suppose. So here's an interesting thing. This is how I'm gonna kind of pick my starting 11s and lineups. You get training reviews, so who's been performing the best in training, basically. I'm probably gonna look into choosing my starting 11 lineups based on how they've kind of been performing in training. Basically, the harder and the better you train, the more chance you've got of being picked. So Ant Maximin's been the best performer so far, all the way to the worst, which was Emil Kraft. So this is kind of how I'm going to pick my starting squad. So now that we're in the nitty gritty of pre-season, I thought it would be a good opportunity to look at the fixture list, and we've got a pretty difficult start to the season. Man United on the first game, away at Old Trafford. And then we've got a Carabao Cup tie, second round. We've got Villa, which could be a winnable game, although the way they've been playing in real life could be very difficult. Then we've got Liverpool away. What a start, man. Okay, so I've just offered Dwight Gale a new contract as well. Might as well keep him tied down, because I do want to keep him around as a backup striker to the club, basically. Another thing that's in this year's FM21, there's a lot of sort of newish features and sort of refined and tweaked features, is the recruiting meetings. So this is where you attend with the higher-ups of the club and the board, and you attend the meeting, and they basically recommend areas for you to strengthen. So club provision, don't sign anyone over the age of 28, want to sell for profit, develop players to sell for profit and work within the budget. You have two options. You can either say you're aware of strengthen, or you can have suggestions. I'm going to look for some suggestions, and these are the positions: right back, a central striker, a defender. So they're the three main positions. So let's get started. These guys, potential, they want to replace Manquillo. They want to replace these guys with slightly newer players. I'm going to say I'm not worried about that. Look at the next position, the strikers. Dwight Gale's the 5 year of his contract. Well, he's not, because I've just offered him a new one, so you'll accept that. I don't want to worry about that right now. And then central defender, we've got plenty of central defenders. I mean, Jamal Lascelles is the captain. He's not probably going to go anywhere. We could strengthen the central defence, but for the time being, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Probably look to strengthen in the new season. So I'm going to end the meeting there. Okay, so another pre-season friendly. Port Talbot, we've beaten 3-1. I'm not going to give you the highlights because I want to skip through this pre-season as fast as possible to get to the first match of the season, which we'll do in the next episode. Okay, so Kieran Clark, Brighton have accepted the 5.5 million fee. And we get an additional fee for 10 games. We get an extra 59k, which ain't too bad. I'm going to accept this deal. Goodbye, Kieran Clark. So Rodrigo Vizquilla has been loaned out to Portsmouth. He's already a pretty decent player. 21, Peruvian. Newcastle is known for having their South Americans. You got like Norberto Solano, you got Almiron, players like that. Hopefully he can come and do something really good for the club in the future. Another loan offer. Norwich tried to buy him, but they want to loan him instead. I think Norwich can pay a little bit more of his wage, not gonna lie. So I'll suggest those terms. Get him loaned out, keep him happy. Okay, another injury update. Federico Fernandez out for 11 days, pulled back muscle, obviously from carrying the team, it seems. Hopefully he gets back sooner rather than later, because we need him to get his sharpness in the pre-season. And another one, Rolando Aarons has taken ill, food poisoning, 1 to 4 days. Unlucky lad. Yet another injury. Matt Ritchie, 1 to 3 days, bruised ankle. Someone's been kicking him to bits in training. Love to see it. The injuries keep coming. Jeff Hendrick, tight calf. Suppose it is pre-season, they need to get these out of the way with. But I am kind of sick of these injuries, not gonna lie. I hope they stop. Here we go, Emil Kraft, he's agreed to join Norwich. He's happy with leaving Newcastle following the fact he was transfer listed. Basically he wanted to leave the club, I'm guessing, but I'm going to loan him, get him the game time, and then hopefully he can come back and be a decent little squad player for us. Friendly update, we beat, who was it? Foosball Club, More Work. Okay, we beat them 2-0. Quite comfortably as well. Okay, here's an interesting piece of news in my inbox. Newcastle attracting interest amid takeover rumours. Well, let's hope in Football Manager we can actually get a takeover. This would be really cool to see. Imagine the money we'd be able to spend. Ooh, exciting. Yet another friendly, only 2 days after the last one. We were playing against Arbiter Sport Club, where we beat them only 1-0 this time. 26 shots to 2, 66 to 34, and apparently they almost embarrassed us. So I'm kind of glad we got the win. I would have been very embarrassed if we lost against this club. So this is more like it, a 4-0 win against Admira Wacker. Okay, well, say we whacked them, 4-0, 18 shots, 30. This game is slightly more balanced, but it's still good to win in the pre-season. Oh, shock. Ryan Fraser injured. And the last pre-season friendly that we played against Wiener, we dicked them 2-0. Jolton and Callum Wilson scoring. So yeah, 100% record in pre-season, what you like to see. Let's hope the team stays nice and sharp for the first match of the season, which is Man United, which will be in the next episode. So, I hope you've enjoyed this first episode. It's been a little bit more admin, a bit more, less action-packed, but I just wanted to show you how I've sort of started to set the club up. And hopefully in the second episode we can start with some games. I'm going to aim to play about 2 or 3 games an episode, with bits of admin stuff in between, and hopefully we can get through a season in maybe 15 episodes, which should be good. Again, I haven't really got a set plan. I'm just going to sort of go with it and see how it goes, and hopefully it'll work out really well. So anyways, hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Like the video, let me know how it was, let me know if there's any changes you'd like to make, comment if there's any people you want to see signed, if there's anything you want me to do with the team as a whole, and just give me feedback and just let me know, because although this is my team and my save, I want you guys to get involved as well, and hopefully help me run the club as well. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.